Welcome to BET's Black Coffee. I'm here with my co-hosts Gia Peppers and Jameer Pine. Of course, I'm Mark Lamont Hill, and today we're going to talk the first week of the show. Plus, we're going to air some of our best moments so far. So, how do you two think we've been doing so far? I'm excited. This feels good.
Good. It feels really good.
Yeah.
Everything is like, it feels like it's gelling. And then also, I think people really wanted something like this. So it's dope to be at the helm of a new, like, really dope show that's also lit, but integral, but cool, but not. You know, like, it's fun.
Right. I love coming to the show every morning with y'all. It's been an amazing first week, and I can only see bigger and better. Like, we are really getting our chemistry together. Yeah. Most of us like everybody here. I'm just gonna look at you because
I think you're likable enough.
I'll take that. That might have been the best compliment.
You gotta work on.
Yeah, they're like,
You know, the biggest adjustment is that you're very hype in the morning.
yes.
Like, Jameer don't just like say, hey, good morning,
Yeah,
chipper.
he's
Like,
like, hey.
he has full dance routine.
I sing it. Good morning.
You had the full pleasure principle dance routine on day. Right.
Oh, we can't.
We'll get sued.
Yeah, we'll get sued. Now
But-
cut it off.
We didn't hit that last note.
Right. They can't prove nothing.
Can't prove nothing. I was talking about the remix.
Right. I'm just saying though. So I gotta get used to your energy in the morning. But other than that.
But it's helpful. It's helpful.
Oh, yeah.
Because let me tell you something about mornings and me. But after being a freelancer for so long, you get in your own routine. Like your days look different. A lot of the times they don't start dead early unless you have like a big shoot or something. Like getting up every day has been like, right now I've had to put 4 alarms on to be like on time because if not.
See, I'd be up. I'd be ready. I'd be reading these stories. I'd be excited.
Yes.
You know what I mean? Just not Jameer excited.
There's a difference.
Yeah. Yes, I'm excited, but it just takes me a while to like wake up and like realize, like, oh, it's real.
So y'all don't want to sing Jodeci in the morning. That's what
That's
y'all telling me.
No 3-part harmonies. That's
Come
all I'm asking.
on.
That's all I'm saying. No 3-part harmonies.
3 of us.
I wouldn't mind 3-part.
Right.
Thank you.
I would do it.
I like no parts. But who else is excited is the actual people who watch the show.
The people them.
They like us.
I'm gonna
Thank
go
you.
to get some comments as soon as I unlock my phone. Okay, here we go. So we have Kim Ford says, loving the show.
Loving
it's
it.
smart and useful.
Ah, you.
So Kim Ford, we love you.
That's like the best compliment.
That's
Yeah.
nice.
Smart and useful.
Right.
Yeah.
I wanted us to have a smart show. A lot of shows are good, they're energetic, they're filled with gossip, tea. We do coffee.
Yeah.
We do.
Because we want to be higher brow.
Right.
I like that.
But we want to be smart about what we talk about. You can talk about something that happens in pop culture without being lowbrow.
Yeah.
And I don't mean lowbrow in the sense of like throwing away like everyday people. I mean lowbrow in the sense of not having an interesting take on it.
Right.
Right.
And not just saying it to tear someone down.
Right. I don't want to tear nobody down.
Because these are human beings at the end of the day. Like, I think what's really dope about our show is, like, even all the guests who have come on, especially with Tarana, like, my dad hit me and was like, that was the most, like, human I've seen her. It was really
I
dope
also
to see
got
her
that.
be really
got
relaxed.
that all the time.
And as
Yeah.
a friend, like, she seemed like a friend to us. And we know that you guys are actually friends. But it was really nice to, like, see her, this activist, this founder of the Me Too movement, just be like, I'd like Megan Thee Stallion. Like,
Exactly.
that's dope.
Right.
And I like sex.
Right.
If you-
I just want permission.
Right.
She said, like that kind of stuff is important. I got a good message too. Somebody wrote in and said, glad to see Mark Lamont Hill challenging us to think about why the idea of billionaires and disproportionate wealth accumulation, regardless of whether or not it's Jay-Z, is dangerous and unfair. Question, what's better than 1 billionaire of 50,000 people who have a living wage? So even though everybody doesn't agree on that point, the fact that we're
Talking about it.
talking
But
about
having
something.
that conversation.
Right, not just like, yo, Hov got $1 billion, but say, what does $1 billion mean?
Yeah.
Where else can we do that at?
Yeah. I'm saying you made a good point.
You did make a good
The
point.
tough point to,
You made it
talk
tough.
about. But
I
I
know.
did like that we were still celebrating him, but just bringing another point of view.
Thinking about other points of view.
Yeah.
We also want to shout out all our celebrity friends who came through throughout the week. Our man Rotimi came through. He talked about power. He talked about music. He talked about dating. Then we had Tarana Burke come through who talked about reproductive rights. Let's take a look at both. Talk to me about power, man. We're excited that Power's
Season
coming back.
6.
Season 6.
Last
Sad
season.
that-
No.
For us, it's like, it's crazy being on something that everybody calls legendary because they know every scene you shoot is gonna be documented. So that added pressure also makes you feel like, all right, I gotta bring my A game every single day. And so I'm in scenes, majority of my scenes was with Amari.
Yeah.
So for me, and he's one of the greatest TV actors of all time.
sure.
You know what I mean? So like, if you slip up, it's gonna be exposed. And so for me, it was a learning process because I never really took an acting class. So I've learned on the spot from greats, you know. And the experience has been amazing. I think this year for Dre, I'm excited because people get to see the man behind the monster.
I'm glad you said
I
monster.
don't like you at
Because
all.
you gotta get shot.
We love you. In the face.
Great guy in the
Like,
face.
you gotta die,
Nah, bro, you gotta die.
The
You
way
do
they
such a
killed
good
the
job.
other dude, the Spanish dude, what was it? Julio.
Julio.
The way they
Julio.
killed
Can we
Julio.
show some of our favorite Dre moments? Because
Yeah.
I want to show them, and maybe you could talk to us a little bit about
Yeah.
what it means to have these powerful moments
Yeah.
where everybody hates you.
Yeah, I mean, you know, it's
Just look at you.
Even the faces you be making.
Yeah,
yeah,
just a
you gotta bring,
scumbag,
hey,
bro.
you gotta bring it, man. You
But
know,
then you look concerned. Like, you show a range of emotions.
you have to. You have
Ruining
to.
people's families.
Yeah, you were scared when
Then your family almost got ruined.
Yeah, we
threw that
actually
baby
we
out the
actually
window.
improvised that scene. I was like, bro, I think instead of just talking about the baby, you should try to hold the baby and like move it to the window, and people
Y'all
are gonna
sick.
feel that. And so like, and he listened, and we did it one time, so they kept that take. So I was really happy about it.
Wow, and 50's underestimated as an actor.
Oh
as
yeah,
well.
he's dope, man.
Yeah.
He's very, very dope. He's very methodical in his thinking, and like he does everything in his eyes, and that's the number one thing they tell you as an actor. To use your eyes. Yeah. He's really dope.
I've seen 50 set on fire.
Yeah.
You know, we've seen him killed. We've seen a lot of gruesome stuff
Yeah, yeah.
on Power. What has been the most shocking, in your opinion, that you've seen throughout the show?
For him?
No, just
Oh,
in
just in
general,
general?
like shocking moments.
Uh,
Raina getting killed, like we got a lot.
Oh my God.
I think so far in season 6, there's something that happens with Dre that I think is incredible.
Really?
Yeah.
We're gonna like him again.
You gonna, yes, your opinion.
Okay,
You know what I mean? Your
okay.
opinion.
I mean, you know, it's been in the news.
Yeah.
You and 50 been doing your thing, going back and
Yeah.
forth
Come
on
on,
Instagram.
man, what we doing?
No one ever take any money from 50 here.
I'm not
please.
borrowing $1 from him
Not
for the snack
even
machine.
50
I'm not.
cents. Don't get 50 cents from 50.
I see what you
See what
did
you did
there.
there.
Yeah,
So
that's-
what is going on there?
So basically, I was signed to 50 as an artist.
Right.
And so if you're in the music business or if you just have knowledge of how it works is, if someone believes in you, they give you a budget
Right.
to work your project.
Right.
So what happened was we didn't agree on the single
Okay.
because he felt like another song off of my project, Welcome Me, was gonna be the single. I said, let me bet on myself. I think Love Rhythm is the one, bro.
Which is
Yes,
fire.
Yeah.
So he was just like, all right, well, and he's never one to hold you back from anything. He's like, bro, I believe in you. I know this day is gonna come.
Yeah.
So this is before I put the project out. So I put the project out, and mind you, I still had, because I got out of my deal early, so I still have a balance that he still put in terms of as me being his artist.
Right.
So we worked it out where the mechanicals will be paid. So when you have mechanicals, it's basically saying the royalties that you make off of your project, that's how he gets paid back. It's not
Got
necessarily
you.
out of my pocket.
Got you.
So the sales off of it. But the man's a marketing genius, and he's dope at what he does. And I think, honestly, I think he woke up on the wrong side of the bed that day.
Okay.
Because we already had discussed, like, okay, that's how you get it back. But he's seeing that I bought a house. You know what I mean?
Right.
The record's number one.
Yeah, number one single, right.
Yeah, so he's like, oh, you can pay it back right. I'm not gonna wait for mechanicals. Let's pay it back right now. And I think it's
Did he
just-
call you about
That's what
that?
I'm like, he text
Or did
you.
you
we
find out on
talked-
the internet?
No. We talked days before about like, man, I'm proud of you. And so then, but he's a different breed of beast. You know what I'm saying? Like, and you know 50, you know how he is.
A lot of people thought it was a marketing tool though, like, cause it was like you dropped the record, it was number one,
yeah.
and then these videos start coming out, and everybody was like, well, 50's just trying to boost sales and make them even more than number one.
Yeah.
Yeah, but this was a real
No,
situation.
it was a real situation to a certain extent. You know what I
Gotcha.
mean? Like, it's not a. He's a marketing genius.
Yeah.
But it's also not that I owed him bread. But he also knew what he was
course.
doing.
That's
You
what
get
I'm
saying?
yeah.
Y'all are fine. Y'all are good.
Oh, that's my brother.
Okay.
Like,
Got you, just
we're
making
good.
sure.
You know, it's one of those things where it's like he's just different. He's a different breed. So like, he does things that can help you, but if you're not smart enough, can hurt you. You know?
Were you getting feedback from people though, like, yo, like thinking you was broke, because sometimes when these things
Yeah.
happen, you could look crazy on the internet.
Yeah, I mean, everybody has an opinion. You know what I'm saying? So like in this business, when you sign that dotted line of any contract, I'm not. How can I be broke with a number one record? You know what I mean? Like so, like I just bought a house cash with no mortgage. You know what I'm saying?
Ooh.
So
Straight stunting.
yeah, you
Right,
saw that.
right.
Okay.
Flex.
Yeah.
Nice
So
flex,
it's not
yeah.
about that. It's just to clear up the story.
Yeah.
He just was like, I want my money now, cause you popping, bro. And that's his way of saying I knew this day was gonna happen for you.
Gotcha.
All right.
That's what it is.
It's a term of endearment.
Right.
Yes.
That's a
You gotta
weird
learn how to
term of
speak 50.
endearment.
Right.
Right.
You can't just call and say,
Right.
I'm proud of you, bro.
But he's never worked. He's never been that way. He's never
Yeah.
from the day one. It's always like, oh, you popping now? Oh, pay me my money now. You got a house. Instead of saying it, but he uses the platform also as another way to boost everything as well.
We have to give props. We got to give a moment to Megan Thee Stallion.
Yes.
She is one of
I'm a fan.
my favorite
I like the music.
artists.
I'm sure.
But and not even just on, you know, there are so many movements for us to get behind these days, including Me Too and including, you know, fighting for our reproductive rights. But she's just a person who owns it all. She's like, I'm college educated, but you best believe I'm a twerk. And I'm going to talk about it and I'm going to show you how to twerk. But then I'm going to also talk to you about environmentalism and safety and how we can all be
veganism.
You can be all of those things,
Because
right?
she's like, I live
No,
for her.
she was talking about going vegan in
Okay.
her live.
Yeah, she said something about chicken tenders and
She
what.
saw what they really put in chicken nuggets.
Yeah, that would make enough. That made my daughter go vegetarian.
Yeah.
See, a lot of people are, but I wanted to know, are you a hottie? Do you like the hottie movement? How do you
Okay.
feel about Megan Thee Stallion? And
wanna
girls
know
like
as well.
it.
First of all, I love Megan Thee Stallion.
Me too.
I do.
Hey, Meg.
I didn't know that she called her people hotties. I'm
Yeah.
probably a little more lukewarm than than the young folks.
Lukewarmy?
But I can get it. I can get it in. You know what I'm saying? I think one of the things that has been most difficult about this is that people don't know me in a real way. So people approach me all the time like, "Hello, Tarana Burke, how are you?"
Man,
So nice to meet
Queen
you.
Mother.
You know, like, so
Kinda.
and I'm just like,
Why are you doing this?
why are you doing this?
Right.
I was at a situation, right, at in one of these Hollywood type of things with some people, and I probably shouldn't even talk about
No,
it.
that's how the story.
We
to the spark notes.
Safe space.
But the guy was like, they said something vulgar, and they were like, "Oh, I'm so sorry, and I was like,
Right. Yeah.
It's all
I was like, who told y'all that I didn't like sex?
Right.
You Queen Mother.
All I said was ask permission.
Right. I might say yes.
Normal thing.
I love that.
You got a 50-50 shot.
Absolutely. How do you deal with that? I feel like a lot of the times, especially as we grow our brands and people only see one side of
Oh,
us.
absolutely.
Like, how do you make sure people see you and view you as a whole person? Or how do you continue to be a whole person?
I'm still trying to figure that out, to be quite honest. I used to have a blog, a fashion blog, and some trolley person went and got all these pictures off my blog where I had cleavage showing, and they were like, "How can she be the leader of this movement, dressing scantily clad, blah blah blah?" And I'm like, "Cause my titties is out. It's the summertime. What you want me to do with this?"
And that ain't even against Me Too. Me Too don't say your titties can't be out.
Right.
And say you can't grab them, right?
I'm just saying,
You
don't
see
touch
them,
it.
don't grab them. Like that.
Right.
You know, and so it's difficult to be this person because I want people to talk about body positivity and sex positivity. Right? I
Yes.
believe in those things. I believe in bodily autonomy. It doesn't mean that you can't be sexy. It doesn't mean you can't twerk. I'm pro Megan Thee Stallion.
Exactly.
You should be able to move your body and express yourself. As Black women, we move our bodies so beautifully. We dress our bodies so beautifully. Why would we not want to show that off?
So that's my thing. I don't understand. What do you think is the kickback of women just being able to celebrate themselves? Like, I don't see a problem with Cardi or Megan or the City Girls twerking. Like, they're celebrating themselves, they're doing what they want. But like,
Exactly.
why do you feel like men have such a problem with women expressing themselves like that?
Because this is their own BS, right?
Okay.
Because it's this idea that if you don't put on all your clothes and you're twerking around, you're going to tempt me to want you, right? So your body looks good, so I want to touch
like I
you.
can't stop
So I
myself
can't stop
from-
myself. And men, honestly, should be offended at this.
Yeah.
I think men should be offended at the idea that they don't have self-control, that they're
that's-
animals that can't stop themselves from touching somebody like, oh, I got
Right.
boobs, right?
Like, I'm not a caveman.
That's another way that y'all can contribute to the movement. You should stand up and say, no, we understand what bodily autonomy is. I'm gonna tell you what, when you go into a meeting, men don't ever have to be like, listen, look out for John because he likes to touch people's penises, right?
Right.
Don't no, you don't do that because you know better than to you maybe in football you slap somebody in the butt, but you don't go into a business meeting like, go ahead, handle
Right,
it.
yeah.
So you understand bodily respect when it comes to your own person. Just transfer that to us. If you could see women as human beings that have the right and authority to say what happens with our own bodies, then that's why I talk about dignity, right? We need to really have a conversation about human dignity. All women are talking about is that we want to walk through life with our dignity intact.
Yep.
I want to be recognized as a full human being. Men understand dignity because if another man tries to do something to take away your dignity, you're going to respond to that. If a man tries to take away the dignity of your loved one, you're going to respond to that, right? So when I'm telling you, forget about all this other stuff. I need you to respect me and let me have my dignity. I think men can relate to that idea because we're all fighting for that.
You know what I like about Megan too?
No, please.
No. I mean, with regard to dignity
Okay.
and humanity,
Yes,
right.
yes, yes.
is the idea of pleasure.
Absolutely.
Because a lot of what her music is about is also talking
Yes.
about her own pleasure and
Yes.
what makes her happy sexually and what gratifies her. And so much of music is about what men want, and so much
Yes.
about everything from music, pop culture, even porn is all about what men want.
Yeah.
Exactly.
And so I think part of the Me Too movement is also, I think, is helped if we understand women's bodies and, that,
Yeah.
and sex is not an act for men to have pleasure, but it's an act
No.
for everyone to have.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
It's about I'm so glad you brought that up because where we haven't been able to go is talking about pleasure and talking about joy. There's a book, a woman named Adrienne Marie Brown has a book called Pleasure Activism. She's brilliant, by the way. Y'all should get that. I don't know what camera looking, but
We got you.
but, right.
It's jotted.
But this idea that that if we would think about sex and sex acts about pleasure, self-pleasure, right? Women don't also always have sex with men. You know what I'm saying? So there's all kind of different ways we should be thinking about pleasure and joy, right? Part of what Megan Thee Stallion and Cardi and these other people give is they bring joy. Let us be free. We have so many things that oppress us and hold us and make us sad. We need places and spaces where we can just be free and just exist and have joy.
Wow,
dope.
that was great stuff, man. Tarana,
It's not just
Rotimi.
because it's us, but I genuinely like
No, those
it.
are good conversations, man. I mean, obviously, like you said, we humanized stories that people sometimes see as just political.
Yeah.
But then also to get somebody like Rotimi just relaxed and comfortable and talking about
Yes.
stuff other than just the amazing project he's selling.
That's what I love about this show because we are having conversations that are not just, hey, what's going on with power? We're including everybody, including the audience, in our conversations that we're having.
Exactly. And you can watch the full conversation with Tarana and Rotimi on our YouTube and Facebook pages. I'm telling you to watch that because that keeps us employed. Gia.
Amen. But I was gonna say, I also really, I mean, at the end of the day, we still want Dre gone from power. Before we get into this,
Yeah. You gotta get shot.
Please gotta
You
go.
know what I'm saying?
It
You
is
gotta
what
go.
it is.
Gotta die.
You've gotta
Brother
go.
gotta die.
Thank
You
you.
know what I'm saying?
Rest in peace to Julio. All right. So the next, I got some comments too from people who are really, really dope and kind of close to us. You know, Jameis Jackson.
I sure do.
From BuzzFeed.
That's my girl.
Yes, she tweeted us and said, "I actually cried just now to see the beauty and friendship I have with Jameer and Gia, and to see all their hard work paying off just moves me."
Yeah.
That's so sweet. Thank you, The Blonde Misfit on Twitter and Instagram.
I love that. I love that because the truth is, like, y'all have worked so hard.
Yes.
And I've watched you two work so hard for so long.
Thank you.
Thank
And a lot of times people don't understand how much work it takes to get to a place where you can have a platform or where you can offer your voice every day. I mean, all of us work really hard.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I worked hard too, y'all.
You
No,
did.
because it's really dope, and I'm so thankful to you. I mean, for giving us this opportunity, especially because we never had worked together other than the Nipsey thing,
Right.
and just to be like that, to look out like that, I really appreciate you.
No,
So
but you know what? Sometimes you just know that people are going to connect.
Yeah.
And I was thinking, like, I knew you and I could work well together, and
Come on, say something
Say
good.
say something nice.
I would, but I have to move on. There's one thing we like to do here is state our opinions. And, you know, Jameer, he started some stuff when he pitted two of our favorite TV shows against each other before I said what I said. Now, we're not going to relitigate the whole thing about what's better when Jameer said that Martin is somehow better than the Fresh Prince.
OD better.
I don't understand why he did that, and I said what I
So
said,
much
but
better.
here's what he did. There's something that Jameer needs to get off his chest. I don't even know what it is.
Okay, come on,
But
HBCU.
I don't know what it is, but it's probably going to be weird and wrong. So what we did was we came up with a segment, okay? Because everybody has a lot of opinions at Black Coffee. Me, Gia, Jameer, and all y'all out there. And sometimes you just got to get that thing off your chest. You got to do it without interruption. So we're going to play something called I Said What I Said, where people get to say what they think. They get 30 seconds to make their best argument for whatever they got on their mind. And we don't even know what it's going to be, and then they'll respond to it. So, Jameer, I don't know what you're going to say.
Right.
But you got 30 seconds to make the case.
case.
Okay. Are we ready?
Let's
do
got a
it.
serious face on.
He's real life.
Ladies and gentlemen,
Hey, nice to meet
Oh,
you.
God.
thousands of people a year
Okay.
have this impression that the Fresh Prince is better than Martin. Now, I'm not blaming these people, but I think they're ignorant. Martin is clearly the better show. It's the funnier show. If there was a marathon on BET, which it probably is, Martin would be the most watched. People always applaud Will Smith of his character, Will Smith, and in that pivotal scene with his father. I thought that was beautiful.
Beautiful.
Amazing. But I have never seen anybody act like they missed their CD player more than Martin when he dressed up as Nino Brown, and I get emotional sometimes. When he dressed up as Nino Brown and had the fake dog. He committed. He was strong.
That dog,
he was talented. He was brilliant. Martin is better than the Fresh Prince. Thank you.
You made it. I'm not clapping for that shit.
Thank you.
Did you?
Thank you.
Gia,
Thank
are you?
you.
Gia,
Give me some. Come on.
Gia.
And we got
Well, you know,
that,
I
right?
am biased
Here.
completely. I love Martin. It's one of my favorite shows of all time.
It's incredible.
I didn't realize when growing up that the reason why I loved Martin Lawrence so much is because he was so familiar to me because he was from the DMV.
Yeah.
So like his voice, his accent, like everything. I'm like, oh, I'm watching my cousins and them.
And-
Man, funny. And then
All right,
also,
so basically you'll go with anything if it's from DC.
absolutely.
Because you about to go with,
Excuse
with
me,
the
what are you
Fresh
about to-
Prince because it's Philly.
Right. What are you saying to me?
West Philadelphia.
I love the DMV.
Oh, he was
Great.
from Philly, wasn't he?
We can put-
I
you
didn't
put two
remember.
and
I
two
didn't put that together. I didn't know.
I got you.
I didn't. All right. So why y'all looking like y'all? Looking, wow.
We just want to know what.
I thought we were a team.
Square
We are. I
up.
like you very much. You're a
All right,
great
so
person.
Yeah.
the best of Martin
Martin's better.
is really good, right? First of all, we're talking about
More pivotal moments.
elite people. This is like LeBron versus Kobe type
Right,
stuff.
right.
Jodeci versus Boys to Men.
Everybody is great.
I'm not. You're trying to take me down a very evil rabbit hole. I hate everything you stand for. No, this is what I'm saying. But Martin faded at the end. Gina
Okay.
and Martin weren't even in the same room half the time.
Okay.
Yeah, I get that.
All right. There's no better moment than why he don't want me, man. There's
Yeah.
nothing better than that.
But as far as comedy, Martin episodes are way more memorable and historic than The Fresh Prince. And that's a fact.
But you said a better show. You didn't say a funnier show. If you say Martin's
better.
funnier, maybe.
They're situation comedies. What we basing it off? The title?
Oh, well, Fresh Prince title's better. Fresh Prince theme song is better. Home to Bel Air.
Okay, what
The-
about the humor?
If you go anywhere in the world right now and say West Philadelphia, everybody knows
You're
the
right.
song.
You're right.
We can't say no more, else we'll get sued.
I know. I
Right.
think
That's it. That's it.
You
You do a dance. Do a dance. All right, cool.
If you look at Uncle Phil's the best TV dad ever. Who else rolled up in the pool hall and got his son's money back?
That is
Okay,
true.
but guys, this was two different situations.
Martin
though.
played 12 characters, all memorable.
That's because they
Yes,
had no
all
budget.
of them.
It wa-
First of all,
They had no
because Martin
budget.
was a comedic genius.
Yes, he was.
And he wrote every single one of those sketches and was absolutely committed
on,
to
man.
doing that. And this was his dream opportunity from all his times with Spike and every other movie he did, Boomerang. Like, he
Instant
wanted
natural.
this.
He was
So
also
I
an
think-
instant natural.
I think that at the end of the day, what they are is two different shows. This was Will Smith's coming of age representation of a kid who moved from West Philly, a teenage coming of age story. He was adorable. He was
Why
in
you don't
high
want me,
school.
man?
And
Stop.
we
That's
That's
watched
always gonna be them. I'm sorry.
Stop it.
and Martin was grown, getting his life together.
Yup.
He was late 20s. He was meeting his bae. Him and Gina are forever relationship goals.
Radio personality.
Pam, great.
TV.
Radio personality. It's two different situations. I just love Martin.
I'm still reeling from that awful moment in Black history. I don't even know what to do, but you can DM Jameer directly.
Please do.
And let him know. Follow him, DM him, and let him know why the Fresh Prince is better.
Of course, people won't because everybody knows that Martin is better.
Didn't people hit you up after
Yes,
It's a
yes.
better show.
They said, Insane Duchess said, too much Martin. I know every word of every single episode. Play more different world. Might motivate more people to go to college.
So too much Martin is what
Yeah.
they said. Yeah,
Okay,
it seems like a
okay.
feather in my cap.
Okay.
Don't know that.
And somebody did say, that is a hard one I'm going with, and it's Carlton doing the Fresh Prince. Of course, the dance, the Alfonso Ribeiro dance. But these are the only
These
two
are,
comments that have ever been for
Yesterday,
Fresh Prince.
Luch said the same thing.
Yeah, okay. But,
650 Luch said Fresh Prince better.
yeah, but
Alright.
that's three.
But my
And
mama
then-
and them said,
Right,
and
Martin.
that's 5 of them.
Exactly.
My mama and them said Martin is better.
Because they from DMV. Y'all got that
Shout
weird
out to
DMV.
Martin
thing,
said
man.
that Martin was better too. He let me.
Martin
That's
definitely
an
did.
actual fact. He
I
did
think
say.
he did.
Speaking of
He
who's
did.
better, we often debate who's the best in hip hop, but a lot of the new guys are doing some really fresh and innovative things with their sounds. And we had the opportunity this week to catch up with Tyga and YFN Lucci to talk hip hop, talk albums, and a whole lot more. Check it out.
You just said you're a father, one of the many things that you are, and your son is adorable. King is too cute.
thank you.
Getting big on us.
he's-
6 years old now. So does King know you're a rapper? Like, does he know what
Oh,
you
he
do?
definitely knows.
Yeah, he knows,
Yeah.
like, you're famous?
Yeah, like he be on this app, TikTok, and he'll just like, you know, he be putting me on songs sometime.
Oh my
like,
gosh.
Cause you know, that's like kids, they make videos, it's almost like a new Vine, so they make videos, and he's on there like listening to my songs and stuff. I'm like, man, that ain't the clean version, but it's
We're gonna let you rock out, right?
It's cool, you know what I'm saying? You can dance to it.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying?
I think it's dope because you're still young enough where your son could be a fan of yours. Like,
Right.
it's still some, you know, I'm sure Blue
Right.
ain't around bumping Hard Knock Life. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? But
Sure not.
It's out there. Yeah, she might, but I don't think
all the words.
But it's good to see, you know, you and your son's relationship develop like that. Like,
Yeah.
Like when he listens to your music, like what are some of the do y'all share experiences over music? Like,
I mean, he loves music. He's obsessed with Marshmello, the DJ.
okay, yeah.
So, like all his friends, and then I shot a video with him recently, and I had him come to the video shoot, and you could tell like he was just starstruck.
Type, yeah.
'Cause usually he's too cool for anything, but when he see him, I was like, man, you wanted to meet him all day. He right here.
Right.
He was just staring at him like, and then it was so funny because I get weirded out too. Like if I'm somewhere and people just like kind of like film you from a distance, I'm like, you might as well just ask for a picture or just something.
Exactly.
But it was funny because that's what he was doing. He was just like literally in front of his face and he was just filming him like this.
He just wants to remember.
But it's so innocent, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
He's still a baby.
Yeah.
Is it hard to keep the kids grounded, like with that, because like they can meet all kinds of celebrities, they can be like, we know what your kids look like, you know what I mean? Because you're.
Oh, he's definitely like cocky on another level. He's like, yeah, when I get 15, I'm gonna have a Bugatti and a Ferrari.
Okay.
All right.
Little cars like that.
But also like he's on, like he's being raised like with an iPad technology, so
Yeah,
he's
it's
able
way
to
different.
see YouTube and he's watching stuff and you know what I mean?
Yeah, absolutely.
Do
Do
you
you want more kids?
Yeah, I was about to ask.
Never know.
Because
Never know.
to me, it's I don't have any, but it looks
Yeah.
stressful with one. You know what
It
I'm saying?
is.
Okay, so to have more, I'm like, you gotta do this again?
I mean, but they're so cute.
You tell that to Mrs. Wayans, who had 11, and you see if that's cute.
It's a little easier if you got money. It's a little
I was about to
Exactly,
say.
help.
right. It helps.
When
It
your
does
kid
help.
asks for a Bugatti,
Right.
you know you're doing well.
You could provide.
Are you like a sucker for your kids though? Like whatever they ask for, you get them. Like
yeah, kinda.
so when he's 16, he getting the.
But he had my credit card on his iPad.
Oh, wow.
And I could see all the charges, and I'm just like, who keeps charging $100 every hour? He was just charging. So I looked at it, and I was like, what is this? And I saw it was like a game, so they got like
The buy.
Roblox and like Fortnite, so you could buy games in there. So I was
Kids
like,
are
man,
too advanced.
I gotta get you a iTunes little gift card.
Right.
Yeah.
with a max on it.
Because you wilding right now.
Because he just buying coins, buying credits all day. But it's cool. I mean, he's into games. He's a good kid, so.
Before you go, I want to hear about your album. Can you talk a little bit about sort of what we can expect from this album versus other albums?
Yeah, so this album is, you know what I'm saying, I wanted to put it out in the summer. I dropped Taste like 1 year ago exactly. So at first I didn't like plan on putting an album. I was just, I'm always in the studio recording. So I was just putting out singles. And then, people just like, put an album out. So this is like, it's a whole vibe for the summer. You know what I mean? It's like.
Hot is fire, too, like with J Balvin and Chris.
Yeah, appreciate it.
You collaborate very well with Chris.
Yeah.
I want to see more projects. After Legendary, though, because we focused on that
for
right
sure,
now.
for sure.
I mean, they have whole albums. So I mean,
They
you
do.
know what I'm
I
saying?
want more. That's just all I'm
Yeah,
saying.
yeah,
But
for sure.
I think that's a good summer record. And,
Yeah. And then I got one with Sway Lee, Vibrate.
Yeah.
That's a vibe.
Yeah.
I got Gunna on there.
Of course, Wayne.
Wayne on there.
Yeah.
Fire.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. You have a very public relationship with Reginae Carter.
Yeah.
For people that don't know, she's an actress, Lil Wayne's daughter.
Yeah.
All right, so being in the public, both of y'all, how are you adjusting to that? Because y'all have ebbs and flows, and y'all will speak out in public. People will speak out in public. People will get on Twitter, but outside of that, how y'all fixing the issues that people can see publicly?
You can't, I be trying to let her know, man, you can't let
Public,
Instagram,
yeah.
that's cool, but you can't let Instagram and all them people, like, just dictate our relationship. Like, they gonna get their opinions, but shit, you don't even know these people. You get what I'm saying? How you gonna just take their word for it, or anything?
Like what kind of stuff does she tend to let the internet dictate? Like give me an example.
Man, I got girl fans, so a girl can goddamn write her and say, that's my man, and she'll believe it. Like, then she'll send it to me. I'm like, look at this. Like, a random person,
She
man.
from Iowa. Like,
I ain't been to Iowa yet.
Yeah.
Oh, goddamn. Let me see. Situation when it just be like, the people gonna comment. Like, if I don't post something right away, they gonna write it on her shit and she gonna say it. Like, you ain't even post my shit, such and such. I'm like, damn, I was right here doing this. Like, it be shit like that. Just a lot of their opinions. They could f up a relationship, but you just gotta be strong and talk it and work it out.
So, okay, I gotta ask you this because you will post too if you have a problem with Reginae on your page.
I mean, look, when I post, my posts is like funny, like petty, being funny. That's how my post is. Like, you say something to me and I be like, huh, you feel? I might post it on some jokey joke shit.
Yeah,
It'll make you mad, but I'm just on, I'm being funny.
Okay, that's okay. I'm playing.
And she just let the whole,
woman's
that's
side
again, in the world, they just see like my tweet. And they gonna get their
They don't know the
opinion. They
inside.
don't know, like, come on, I be playing.
Right.
Yeah. You know how we play, and you gonna let these folk goddamn.
Right, but at what point is it that you also, like, that also invites the world into y'all's relationship? So don't you see how that could, like, make her feel like the world has a say in your relationship? Because you'd be like, hey, Reginae said this, y'all.
But
and
you
that's
probably-
like, that's kind of like,
Probably be next to her, too. You know what I'm saying? It's just, I'm trying to, protect brothers.
For real. I might be
all right.
walking downstairs.
I'm just saying, I feel her on that. But,
I feel you, though. I feel you.
yeah,
But
but I mean, so I know it's been tough for you guys because, Toya and Wayne, I don't know about Wayne, but I know Toya has said, like, she doesn't always like the way you move in the relationship. So is y'all's relationship better? Like, how does it
like,
work with her mom?
It's never been bad. Like,
It's never been bad.
Like she said that on the show. Right.
Yeah.
Like, when I see her, every time I see her, it'd be cool.
All right.
Like, hey, how you doing? Smile, be talking, be regular.
There was other piece of it where Reginae was saying, like, I don't necessarily feel safe. Like, after Nipsey tragically passed, there was this thing like, all right, I love how Lauren felt with Nipsey, how safe she felt. I don't feel that safety with you.
Yeah,
how
but
did that
I
make you
didn't
feel?
even get that. Like, come on, man.
How did that make you feel, though?
How you don't? I don't know which angle she was going in. So she tried to make it seem like it wasn't like safety. Like, she was saying like another reason, like safe as in the relationship, I guess.
Right.
But I'm thinking a whole another way. Like, how you don't feel safe with me?
It fucked your head up.
I be doing all this shit to make sure you good. And
Right.
You say that.
Right.
So
This is just my old head advice, but it's a little bit of like the first thing you think about is like safety, like she questioned my manhood, like
Because that's how it
right, like
came
you think I'm
off
sorry,
in
like
me.
you ain't
Yeah,
safe, like you
yeah.
think somebody gonna run up, but she don't mean it like that. There's a way that, like when Lauren talks about safety, but to talk about safety with Nip, it was also about knowing that I'm your partner, the world knows that I feel safe in this relationship, and I feel emotionally safe. Back to the study, right? Women saying they go through this emotional, psychological stuff, and so
And look, though, that's what she said.
Right.
But I tweeted so fast. She like, you didn't even give me a chance.
Chance
to
to explain.
That's what I was telling
But
you.
That's
still,
just
when you just say that, like, come
Right.
on, man.
It don't leave context. I got you, Luch.
Yeah,
Yeah, man,
but
they gonna
You don't
say
leave
that,
no
like,
context,
man,
y'all.
y'all heard
Make you
before you
safe.
called the internet.
Got bulletproof and shit out of here. You say that's all.
Yeah, you're right. I feel you. We here, man. We here.
Yeah. I really did enjoy both of those conversations.
Yeah.
man.
Yeah.
Getting to see other layers, especially with rappers, sometimes we only get to see what's in the video, what's on the song, but to see those other layers around fatherhood, around relationships, that's dope.
Yeah.
Yes, I really want YFN Lucci to stop tweeting before he goes to talk to Reginae. I really, personally, would like
We had the intervention.
relationships
We did.
to stay in the relationships before they go to the masses.
We did our
How that
part.
goes.
We did
yeah,
our part.
yeah. We'll see how that goes.
Let's
We'll
see.
see.
But speaking of tweeting, we do have more tweets. Juicy Fruit, Dose Dibala G said, hashtag black coffee gets better every episode. I screamed when Lucci said someone rapped like they had two parents. Yes. All right, yeah, that was
And Alon, don't forget about
And
Alon.
Alon.
We
And
have those.
Carpet on the stairs,
Black people
gazebo in the backyard.
are not monolithic, okay?
Right.
That's right.
I
Lots of
understand.
blackness.
Lots of black.
black-
Even on this set. All right. We appreciate y'all for rocking with us this first week. It's been great. We
week.
promise that we're going to have even more great conversations about the culture, about life, about everything with your favorite stars and newsmakers. Make sure you follow us on Facebook, subscribe to us on YouTube, and watch us every day, 10 a.m. Eastern, Monday to Friday. Have a great weekend. We'll see you soon.